1 in every 20 first graders have FASD, or fetal alcohol spectrum syndrome. As KITV4 News reporter Le'ui Koholokula explains, a medical-related crisis aboard a public school bus prompts one family to press the state on this issue.
My daughter brought her in.
To protect their identity, their faces have been blurred. But the guardian, known as Grandma, says on September 13th, her granddaughter, known as Kay, suffered a seizure while on a bus ride home.
And she is now on seizure medication probably for the rest of her life.
It's one of the symptoms common to a condition called fetal alcohol spectrum disorder, or FASD. Grandma says Kay was coming home from Queen Ka'ahumanu Elementary School. That ride, she says, could have been her last.
The problem I'm having is they didn't inform me of anything, neither the aide nor the bus driver, and they didn't take her out of her seatbelt. They could have killed her.
The school bus, operated by Roberts Hawaii, is contracted by the school. Despite having a health aide on board, Grandma says she had no idea her granddaughter needed help.
I sent my 34-year-old daughter out to see what was taking so long and why Kay wasn't coming in the house. And she comes in the house carrying Kay in a seizure. And as soon as they got Kay off the bus, she took her out of the seatbelt, brought her in the house, and Kay's in a seizure. The bus pulls off.
Grandma says it may have been avoided if Kay's symptoms she was feeling that day were caught early on.
I usually have the adult walk me to the health room, or I tell them that I feel dizzy.
But it was already too late.
They sent her to the health room. The health room people weren't there, so they sent her back to her class, her teacher put her on the bus.
When the bus is moving.
According to Darlene Chen Scovell, an FASD advocate, she says response training is paramount for health aides.
It's a bus that handles and transports children with disabilities. They should have training. I wonder what training they have.
But because the disorder has been on the medical back burner, according to Scovell, it's time to revisit training basics.
There is something that we need to be aware of, that it's affecting a huge portion of our kids, and without appropriate awareness, we're not addressing the issues.
They cannot be on a seatbelt. You have to hold their hands, you have to monitor their breathing, and if they come out a bit or not, depending on what's on the IEP, the doctor's recommendation on how to care for the child, it should be followed because it could be fatal.
Then what?
As for Grandma, she won't be pressing charges, but is pressing the state for more FAS-related support. Le'ui Koholokula, KITV4 Island News.
Explain that this is not.
The State Department of Education responding to the incident by saying today, quote, student safety and well-being are the primary responsibility of all student transportation stakeholders. The Hawaii State Department of Education is looking into this incident to ensure that all procedures were followed between the bus company, school, and family.
The board